Shimataji, good morning everyone. Today we'll meditate as a summary of the Vishuddhi Chakra. Like we have very important aspect, our left Vishuddhi is a Vishnu Maya. Then we will listen talk from Sri Mataji about the 16 extract from Sri Krishna. So left Vishuddhi, the Vishnu Maya, it's a Mahamaya. So we have to clear our left Vishuddhi or to establish the principle of the Vishnu Maya as a Mahamaya. We have to worship three important deities, it's Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesha, and their sister power. Once this is established within us, then the permutation and combination with all the chakra will be improved. So let's try to worship our Vishnu Maya principle with Sri Krishna. So just raise our Kundalini and take Bandhan. Just bow down to Sri Mataji. The Vishnu Mayas, the main power is the purity. So put attention on our Muladhara and both the hand on the ground. And Sri Ganesha mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. Shri Ganesha, please provide me the purity. Please purify my each and every center. Please feel the purity, each and every aspect in my life. Please give me the purifier attention. And please try to establish the purity in my relationship to all the Sahajogi and Sahajogini throughout the world. So we meditate on Muladhara. put our both hand on the lap. We'll put our right hand on our left heart, where our mother is reside in the form of Parvati. And the Parvati is the sister power of Sri Vishnu. Shri Mataji, you are the Parvati. You are the power of Shiva. You are the Adi Shakti. Please come in my heart in the form of Parvati. Today we are worshipping you as a sister of Vishnu in my heart. Complete attention on our heart. Shri Mataji in our heart as a Parvati form. And sing the mantra Shri Parvati Sakshat. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Parvati Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. So now we'll worship the Shri Parvati's brother, Shri Vishnu. Then we'll put our right hand on our Navi Chakra. And here we have to sing the mantra Shri Vishnu Sakshat. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vishnu Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. We'll put our attention on our left heart and the Nabi. We are worshipping now the sisterly relationship from Parvati to Sri Vishnu, which is established at the beginning of the world has started. The creation of the universe. Only attention on heart and the Nabi. Now, here is the second sister power of Sri Brahma, is Sri Lakshmi. She is the sister of Sri Brahma. So we have to say Sri Lakshmi Sakshat. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Lakshmi Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. The second sisterly power come on this earth, Shri Lakshmi to Shri Brahma. So we put our right hand on Swadhisthana Chakra and we'll sing the mantra Shri Brahma Sakshat. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Brahma Sakshat श्री आदि शक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः. So now attention to Nabi, to Swadhisthana. To establish the purity within these two centers, with worshipping the power of Lakshmi with his brother Sri Brahma. And the last sisterly power is Sri Saraswati, which is the sister of Sri Shiva. So now we'll sing the mantra Sri Saraswati Sakshat. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Saraswati Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. So establish the purity, Swadhisthana to heart. Now we'll put our right hand again back to our heart. Here is the sister and brother, the power which is created at the beginning of the universe is completed. So now we'll sing the mantra Sri Shiva. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Shiva Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. Now attention to Swadhisthana Chakra, Nabi Chakra and heart. Here is all the purity of this divine sisterly and brotherly relationship is established. So this is the power of purity, starting from Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Nabi, and then reside in your heart as a Shiv Parvati form. And your heart is filled with the purity, with all the Sahajogis throughout the world. So slowly we'll take a purity from Muladhara Chakra. Then establish this purity in our Swadhisthana. Then slowly on your navi. Then come to your heart. When our heart is filled with purity, when our heart is filled with each and every Sahajogi or Sahajogini, then our spirit, the Atma, is connecting with the Paramatma. So we say Atma Paramatma Sakshat. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Atma Paramatma Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. Now finally we are worshipping our Vishnu Maya. So put right hand on your lap Vishuddhi. Shri Mataji, you are the Mahamaya. So please give me that power so I can recognize you. I can recognize your Mahamaya Swarupa. So here we'll sing the mantra Sri Vishnu Maya Sakshat Sri Mahamaya Sakshat. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Vishnu Maya Sakshat Shri Mahamaya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namah. So now again we'll take our attention back to Muladhar. Ask the purity from Sri Ganesha. Sri Ganesha, please give him the purity. And just put on your Swadhisthana chakra. Then Nabhi. Then heart, to purify the heart. And just put this purification from Ganesha to the lap Vishuddhi. Shri Ganesha, please establish in my lap Vishuddhi, in the purify, to lift me to my lap Vishuddhi. Just feel the purity in my lap Vishuddhi. And just put your attention on Sahasrara and right hand on back on the lap. Just feel the connection with the Virat. mother is Nirmal, it's purity. Pure, pure, absolute pure. Now we'll hear the talk from Sri Mataji, the 16th aspect of Sri Krishna.
We have to understand clearly that Sri Krishna is a very, very important deity within us. Because he is the Vishnu who resides in the void, in the Navi. He is the one who generates dharma within us. But Sri Krishna is the one who says that I come on this earth when there is a glani, means demise of dharma. When the dharma becomes weak, then he comes on this earth and then he destroys the people who are responsible for bringing dharma to this level of doom. The second thing he says that I protect the saints. I protect the saints and I kill all those who are devils or who are satanic, who are destructive. These are his promises which he gave long time back as Shri Krishna. As Vishnu, we know him only as the one who is the giver of dharma, mainly. But all his potent qualities really were expressed when he came as Shri Krishna. It's Shri Krishna's own words one can say. That once you are a realized soul and you have reached that highest position in your awareness, to you everything is futile. But just now, what you have to do is to save the dharma. So you have to fight them. You have to fight the negative forces. You have to fight the wrongdoers.
Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirabhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srija परित्राणपरायणाय संस्थापनार्थाय सम्भवामि युगे युगे
Vishnu Maya. That's Vishnu Maya. Rainbow is her sign, that after rainbow there won't be any. That's the sign that there won't be any more of lightning. If you see the rainbow, there won't be any lightning after that. That assurance. Yeah. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. That's the power. Remember, that's the power. We all have to have that power with you. So when you speak even a word, it acts like a light. And then like a rainbow. Both are the powers of Vishnu Maya. When rainbow appears, that means there won't be any lightning. And when there is lightning, there won't be any rainbow. So you are also the rainbow. That means you can create beautiful colors out of one white color. That's what you are capable of. So you have to show that magic. And also you have to show sometimes that lightning effect. But better take more the lightning inside and the rainbow outside. That would be better. Then this Vishnu Maya, who is the thunder, we can call, who is the electrical charge which is liberated by the friction of these black clouds, which actually is a catalyst for rain. It's a catalyst for rain. This start acting on such people. That is, they suddenly get a shock. They become extremely sensitive people. They get nervous. And this nervousness makes them think, why are we nervous? What is the problem? Like the exposure of their guilt comes through the Vishnu Maya power. So I have to tell you about also the origin of Vishnu Maya, which is very interesting. Vishnu Maya was the sister of Sri Krishna who was born after Sri Krishna was born. Actually, she was not his own sister, but she was the daughter of Nanda. And when Sri Krishna was taken over and was put in the care of Nanda and Yashoda, they gave their own daughter in his place. And the father of Sri Krishna brought it back. So, when Kansa came, the uncle, you all know about the story, to ask about the 8th child, they said, this is the child. He said, but this is not a man, this is a woman. He took the child in his hand and did like this and threw it in the sky. And there she went, and there she announced that Sri Krishna is already incarnated, he is living, and he is your killer. So she is the announcer. She is the announcer of the incarnations. She is the announcer of something good that is going to happen. Also, she is the one who can burn things which are not spiritually all right. Sri Krishna was first born a very difficult situation, as you know, and he was carried from there to Gokul, where he was brought up by Yashoda. Now then he started his playfulness. So you have to be playful in life. You have to create fun and joy. He didn't say that you sit down like an old sage somewhere in the Himalayas, but you mix up with children. You talk to them, you play with them, have fun. At the same time, he was destroying negative forces which acted upon him. In his playfulness only he has done it. As a child only he has done it. How mature he was as a child, you can see that he killed Putana, and there are two horrible Rakshasas also. He killed them. At the same time, he was playing with the gopis and teasing them, troubling them, making fun of them. Why? Because he wanted them to be playful. When he was a child, he did all kinds of pranks and things. It was nothing but sahaja. It was not sitting like this and seriously telling about things. But with little bit here and there, he tried to improve their chakras and reach their kundalini. Of course, realization was not possible in a game. You cannot do it. Supposing I just play about the game, you cannot get your realization. Because at this Sastrana stage, you have to completely recognize. It has to be a game of serenity. Of course, you can just raise your hand and give realization. But you have to bring them to serene level. If you just came and said, all right, you now play about, it would be all finished. You have to sit down and meditate. Don't he has said it in Gita, you have to. So, one could not say that all the time if you are playing, if you are just singing songs, or if you are in a very happy mood, a mirthful mood, then it's the end of Sahaja. It's a serious matter. And his power was Radha. Radha. Ram is energy, Dham is the one which sustains. Radha. So the Dhara these are dharmas, they say, in the same way, Radha, the one who sustains energy. So his collectivity was so great. Narada was the one who used to create problems. He went and told one of the wives that, oh, this Krishna, he does not love you. He only loves Radha. You are under wrong ideas that he loves you. He just loves Radha, he does not love anyone. She's the one he really cares for. So they got jealous. And they went and told Sri Krishna that, see, we think that you only love Radha, you're just befooling us. And we are not going to be your wives anymore the way you are. In your heart of hearts, you love Radha. He said, who told you that? He said, Narada. He said, all right. I know this Narada. So Narada came to see Sri Krishna, and Narada then heard a great scream from Sri Krishna. Narada said, what has happened? He said, oh, terrible pain in my stomach. Oh, terrible pain. I just can't get over it. So Narada got a fright and he said, now what should we do? You better tell us the medicine. He said, if you can give the dust of your feet for me to drink, I'll be all right. See the tricks of the witness. So, he said, oh God. Narada said, I can't give because I know he is the primordial being. I can't give dust of my feet for him to drink. That would be such a bad thing to do. and I'll have all the sins of the world upon myself. I'm not going to do it. He said, I'm not doing it. He said, anybody who thinks he's my bhakta can do it. And you can ask my wife, that's a better idea. So Narada went round, he said, oh, he's in terrible pain, why don't you give the dust of your feet? He said, no, nothing doing. See, as it is, he doesn't love us. In his heart is only Radha. And he wants us to give the dust of our feet. We are not mad. We'll have no punyas. We'll have no good deeds for us. And what's going to happen? So, Sri Krishna said, if you cannot give me, then what am I to do now? I have got terrible pain. And somebody has to do it. So, Narada said, what do you suggest yourself? He said, you go and ask Radha. She's the only person left now. So he went to Gokul. And the Vrindavan, that area, has got the dust of yellow color, like a pollen, the color of a pollen. When he went and told that he's got pain in the stomach, and now what to do? He said, and what did he say? He said, if you give the dust of your feet, you'll be alright. He said, take it, just now you take it. He said, aren't you worried? He said, about what? It's the primordial being. You give him your dust. What will happen? She didn't feel guilty. She said, this is alright, take it up. And he scratched some of the dust. So, aren't you worried? You'll be losing completely in your punyas and all that. She said, oh, don't you worry. And she said, he's the one who makes me do all the sins, and he's the one who makes me love others, and he does everything. I'm not bothered. It is his lookout. If he has asked for it, better take it. So he went to Krishna. The beauty of the story is here. He went to Sri Krishna and told him that she's given the thing. He said, bring it, darling. And he drank. And Krishna, he said, but I was surprised at her answer, that it is you who do all kinds of sins and this and that. And you are the one who makes her love others, and whatever he does is say not things she doesn't bother about. She's not worried about papa and punya. She's not worried about sin and good deeds. She said, it's he who does everything. I have nothing to bother. Let him do what he likes. If he wants it, I'll give. I'm surprised he's not bothered. So Sri Krishna said, all right, you just watch just now. Watch my heart. And Sri Krishna opened his heart, and in the heart was Radha's. It was a lotus, and the lotus had the pollen, and her feet were touching that pollen. If her feet are touching that pollen there, then what is the punyas? And what are their punyas? If her feet are in his heart, then what is to decide? See the beauty. The poetry of the divine is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. If you understand the poetry, then you will never feel guilt. You are unnecessarily taking out thorns out of flowers. The beauty is so much, it's so beautiful it is. The whole thing is so poetic that to understand that poetry, you have to cut down all these ideas of cursing yourself and saying bad things to yourself. Give everything to the divine in full understanding and in full love. You don't need much imagination for that. It's just when you go to your heart and see for yourself how much you have got. Just think. So one should understand that if you have to be Sri Krishna, then it's not only fun, it's not only enjoyment. To say that Sri Krishna established the Leela, but first you could remember his life, how he was born, his parents were arrested, and how he was taken to Gokul. From there, how he killed so many Rakshasas who came to kill him, and then how he went back to kill Kamsa, and after that he said it's a Leela. So like that we too have this problem within ourselves, that we have to first of all kill the Kamsa within us, we have to kill the other Rakshasas within us, we have to do all these things, and then we can say it's a Leela. So he has a double life. One side with the gopis he was playing Leela, and also with the Gopas he was playing Leela. So that is how it was done, to show how everything is a play in one side of the life, when he was child. And then again he showed that how he had to fight the Rakshasas on the other side. That he did on his own. He worked it out on his own, and he never bothered others, the gopis and all of them. Even he had to fight the Kalia, or the great serpent. He also did that. But as far as his friends were concerned, he was playing ball with them. I mean, the ball fell down, then he went and fought Kali. So, Sri Krishna, of course, was fully aware of himself that he was the full incarnation of Sri Vishnu, and that he had reached the highest point, and he has to establish the Leela concept, and that's how the Leela started. So we should be fragrant, we should be beautiful, we should be generous, we should know what we have got from the divine as the gift. Then it becomes a Leela. When you have that power of Sri Krishna, it becomes a Leela. So, even now sometimes I find very petty things coming up and very petty things happening in Sahaja. It's surprising. You know, everything is a Leela. When we become part and parcel of the whole thing, then it's a Leela, not before. He is Kubera. He doesn't need any money, of course. He achieves money. And not only that, he lived in money. He started Sahaja without a single eye. I never had any problem. So, one thing, as Kubera, he is the supplier of money. He looks after people who don't have money. He gives money to people who stand by truth, who enjoy the life of truth. It is his work that people enjoy wealth. Otherwise they don't. They have this much, they want to have more. That means they don't enjoy the wealth. They have a little, they want to get much more. Why? Because they are not enjoying whatever they have. But after self-realization, you will see that you enjoy whatever you have. You enjoy it fully, absolutely, and you don't hanker after something that is not there. Doesn't matter if you don't have. Sahaja is one thing which gives you a complete vision of the destruction that can follow this Maya business. It is something such an insight that you don't have to do anything with it. I am different, I told you, I don't understand it at all. But even if you understand the value of money, even if you understand that money can bring lots of things to you, despite that you don't look at it, just turn your face. That is the sign of a real Sahaja. To him, it doesn't matter, temperamentally. It's not that he does something for that or tells his mind, nothing. Temperamentally, he doesn't care for money, just because he's about. The one who is above money is a real citizen.
Now we'll put our attention on Sahasrara. We'll meditate with music for 5 minutes. So at the end, we put our attention again on Sahasrara and we'll sing the third last mantra of three big mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayani Mataji Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. 2 minutes silent meditation with Shri Mataji. This is the 2-minute meditation with Ananya. Means no one with Shri Mataji, only you or I and Shri Mataji. With this ekagarita, with the oneness with Sri Mataji, with the feeling of this oneness, we can bow down to Sri Mataji and take a Kundalini and Bandhan. Thank you very much for joining today. Have a nice morning ahead. Jai Shri Mataji.